What a day to be a gamer. What a time to be a gamer. 2023 is looking so good. And I think this was a great summer game festival time. It's not completed yet. We still got some things coming for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with like Capcom and Ubisoft. But I think that this was one of the better showcases in the past couple of years. And maybe that's because the pandemic is slowing down. It's not over. Still be safe out there, y'all. But I think Xbox really came and showed out, and that's what I really want to talk about today. Remember when I said the other day that this was Xbox's most important showcase in a long time? Well, hey, how y'all doing again? This is Blue Satire, and today there'll be a discussion board about that Xbox game showcase, as well as the weekend we had with the Summer Game Festival, as far as things like the Wholesome Direct, the Revolver Digital Showcase, future games play. Like, just want to just briefly go over that, but also just talk about how good that Xbox showcase was, and also the Bethesda showing of Starfield. It actually looks pretty good, and I want to get y'all opinion about it. So first and foremost, like and subscribe. We getting up there with these views, we getting up there with these subscriptions. I want to get to a YouTube partner, and I also want to keep making good content for y'all. So let me know what y'all like to talk about and what you like to see here, and let's get into it. So first, let me just briefly say that the opening night with Summer Game Festival, it was pretty cool. The show highlighted some big PlayStation games. We got to see Spider-Man 2 a little bit more into it. We know that Venom is going to be a different person. And also, we got to see Final Fantasy VII Rebirth finally. And I think that was the biggest thing that we got from that showcase. Also, that Prince of Persia game was dope. And I really don't like the fact that folks was hating on it. And that's a question I have for y'all while we go through this video is, did you like that Prince of Persia game? Because it was a 2D type scroll. It looked like a Metroidvania. It wasn't in full 3D, and I think people had a problem with that. But I think that it was a good game. And I really want to have a discussion about why we always kind of shun these games because they're not next level or whatever. They showed a brand new Sonic. We got Mortal Kombat gameplay. And loads and loads of other things. Also, the Wholesome Game Fest just showed so many different cozy games, and I always want to tell folks that showcases like the Days of the Devs, Wholesome Game Show, they always show games that do a little bit more than just violence and gunplay and the what you're used to. They always do an experience. They always kind of involve culture. They always involve their love and their passions, and I love seeing these games. So if you missed that showcase, you would know that there were a whole bunch of other indie games coming out that are worth your time, and I hope that y'all pay some attention to it. So make sure y'all go to those. I'll put the links to the websites and those showcases. Make sure y'all go look at that, because the Wholesome Game Show, Future Game Show, Guerrilla Collective, all of that was pretty damn good, and I think everybody should take a chance to look at that. But to the meat and potatoes, the conversation I really want to have is that Xbox Game Showcase and Starfield Direct. We all know that Xbox has been lacking when it came to games the past 2 years. Game Pass has been holding it up. A couple of other games have been, doing okay. We've been getting a lot of third-party games. But Redfall was a big blow last May, or whenever it came out. And this showcase had a lot riding on it. So they had to deliver. And did they deliver? I think so. I think this was one of the best showcases. I know a lot of people, we talk about the PlayStation showcase that happened. A lot of people didn't like it. Me personally, I think the PlayStation showcase was a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. It showed games, but it didn't show what people wanted. I think that there was a level of familiarity that wasn't there with the PlayStation showcase. We saw Spider-Man 2 and that made things good, but first party wise, PlayStation didn't really show up and show out. They showed a Gran Turismo movie trailer that a lot of people didn't like that. They showed a bunch of games that look like live for service games. Well, they did look good. It just shows concern. If you've seen how live for service games are going these days, I would be concerned too. But at the same time, they have budget behind them. But still, PlayStation showed games, and that's what's important. But maybe not the games people wanted to see. But the difference between that and this Xbox showcase was that Xbox showed a bunch of games, and they showed gameplay to a lot of things, but they also gave us some time frames, and they also showed Starfield. So I think the biggest thing that they could have shown, they started off with Fable, and a lot of people wanted to see this game. That's a series that was really dope back in the day. You got your Witcher vibes, your Zelda vibes, your you being able to make decisions and affect the story, play a certain way, have a morality system. That's something that we really want to see, and that's something that Xbox need. They needed more diversity, and diversity is the key word when it comes to this showcase. There was a lot of diversity in this showcase, from the characters, from the type of games, from the indie games shown. Like there, usually when you see a Xbox showcase, I can imagine that 75%, 90% of the games is gonna have a gun in it. And this time it really wasn't like that. It really was a lot of things to intake. Of course, you had your Cyberpunks and you had your Starfields with guns and the Star Wars. We expected there, Clockwork, but they all, and Payday, but they showed things like Persona. They had the JRPGs there, which is wild to me. They had more JRPGs, I feel like, it than the Sony showcase did. And they're not outdoing the Switch or Sony when it comes to JRPGs, but the fact that they had more JRPGs in their showcase just shows that they've been listening to the criticism. They've been listening to what's been wrong with Xbox. They have been trying. And the Japanese market was one that was hard to get into. And with this partnership with Sega and Sega Atlas, it looks good. But my thing with that, and I want to tell y'all that's watching this video, you gotta support it. You gotta go and play it. You gotta put the hours in. For the games that's not coming to Game Pass, we know that Persona 3 is coming to Game Pass. We know that Persona 5 Tactica is coming to Game Pass. Capcom revealed a game, Kunitsu Kami Path to Goddess. It's coming to Game Pass as well. But the other game that they showed that was coming, that was made by the Persona folks, Metaphor, I don't know the rest of the name, but that JRPG looks dope. It looks good, and I don't think it's coming to Game Pass. And if you want more JRPG games, you want more support, you gotta go support those games. And I would love to see more JRPG representation on the Xbox. I would love to see what they did today continue. This was a showcase that had a lot for everyone. And again, like, my only concerns was mostly for games I didn't like. So Flight Simulator, y'all know I'm not a fan of Flight Simulator. I don't think it was bad. It looked great. They had content that folks that love those games would love. Forza Motorsport is coming this year. That is great that we got another game coming for Xbox this year, but not my cup of tea. And of course, Fallout 76, I never did like that game, but I love Fallout, and I know that Fallout fans will love this game. But one game that kind of just threw me off was Avowed. Avowed did not look like what it looked like when they first revealed it, and it has me kind of wondering what's the direction for this game. It didn't look as good as I wanted it to look. So that was my only kind of like red flag. It didn't look that great. I thought when I watched the trailer first, it looked like it was Elden Ring or something. Not Elden Ring. It looked like it was Elder Scrolls, or it looked like Skyrim. Like this trailer and the Elder Scrolls Online trailer look exactly alike to me. So I don't know what Obsidian is doing. I know Obsidian is very good with making stories, but the gameplay, it looks like I've been here before. So I'm hoping that they do well with that, and I'm hoping we get more with that. But overall, more things that they showed, like, okay, the Series S is getting an upgrade, which it really does need. That little 700 gigabytes ain't gonna do it, or 512 gigabytes, whatever it had. And for $350, they said go get the black one. If you want more, go get the black one, which is wild. But other games, like I said, diversity, South of Midnight, Clockwork, they all showed diverse characters. There were a lot of black characters, a lot of people of color, there were a lot of women. Xbox know what they're doing, and I need them to keep doing that, because we do want to see more people in our games. We want to see a diverse character, and we want to see what these games are like. Now, I hope that they show good gameplay and these games deliver too, because we don't want backlash. I don't want them to have diversity for the sake of showing it and the game's not going to be good. That's the only concerns I have. But other than that, this showcase was pretty good. A lot of the games are going to be on Game Pass, and I feel like that was the best Game Pass graphic I've seen of games coming day one to Game Pass. It looked better than last year and the year before. Like with Persona, like it's so much, y'all. When y'all say y'all eating, when Game Pass folks say they eating, they finally eating, y'all. We are finally eating. And again, I don't dislike Xbox. This is what I want. I want the competition. I want more of this. I want more games. I want more places to play these games. And I want people like Sony and Nintendo to see that, hey, I know we've been killing it, but to get an Xbox. Let's go make something else. Let's go turn their heads too. I want everybody to keep turning each other's heads so we can have great gaming. And 2023 is looking like it's one of the best years of gaming ever. And the future's looking good for 2024 for Xbox. And I hope it stays that way. Delays happen, that's okay. But at least we know what these games look like, and we know that there are things coming. That's my question to you before we get out of here. Like, how do you feel about that showcase? What would you grade it? Me altogether, I think it was a solid A or a B. It was a solid 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 for me. And if you want to ask me, if you want to know how I think, if I think the Sony Showcase was better or if the Xbox Showcase was better, by far the Xbox Showcase was definitely better because of familiarity, because of games, because of gameplay, because we got release windows. We know what these games look like. We know what they're gonna play. And I mean, you can't beat Game Pass if you're putting good quality games on Game Pass. When the games are quality and abundant on Game Pass, you can't beat it. And PlayStation Now is looking good, but when the games look good and they're day one and they're on Game Pass, you got something there. And I got other thoughts about Game Pass. Like, I really do want folks to buy games so we can get more. Because sometimes Game Pass does have people waiting for things, and that's why some things don't come there, but that we'll get more on that later. Other than that, this was a great showing, and I want to see how y'all feel in the comment section. What did y'all think about the Game Pass? Not the Game Pass. What did y'all think about the Xbox Game Showcase? And Starfield is looking pretty good. So much quality. I think Starfield will finally be that game that we've been looking for Xbox to be the big one. And it could really be some competition for Zelda and Final Fantasy 16 and Diablo 4 for Game of the Year. With so much customization, it looks amazing. It looks like there's so much love put into this game, and I can't wait to play it. I just hope it works day one. But that's all for me. Let me know what you feel about these games, these conferences, the whole week in the comment section, and tell me what your favorite reveal was. That's all for me. Y'all have a good one. Bye.